It's time to head to the crypto space and see what's happening right there. And we turn to the board and see another red board today, just like yesterday. $60,000, $207.93 is the price of Bitcoin at this time after it lost almost 4%. That's for Bitcoin. So it's still a red one, but I mean a shade darker than that. We see Ethereum lost 5%, just there, 5 at 2,540.95. That's Ethereum. BNB also in red. Cardano, Solana, it seems to be a red market. Doge. We're waiting inflation numbers, I think, from the United States. And of course, we're still counting down to the expected cut next month. Next week is next month. So we're looking at that. And well, we'll find out from Gilbert to see what's driving the market at this time. But other than that, there's some trending issues. I think boycott Binance is one trending hashtag. I wonder if you've seen it. We'll delve into that also. Binance has seized all Palestinian crypto wallets. All of them, after a formal demand by Israel. I will also delve into that. But first, let's find out what's making the market so red this afternoon with Gilbert Jokpata. Hi, Gilbert. Good afternoon.
Yeah, greetings, Ms. Zaini. Good afternoon.
Yeah, so why is the market so red? I thought at least we're stabilizing. We're expecting the cut, expecting the inflation number will further tell us the direction of the cut, you know, but why do we have this much red?
This is because investors are snake bite careful, and you know, the conviction of the uptrend needed to be tested, and this actually includes major earning reports that will be coming in this week, which include that of Nvidia. You know, it will be coming out today, and also the PCE data. You know, even though we know that the summer is almost over and we'll start seeing the rate cut from next month, the market needed to be tested. You know, but then it was a question of, will we have a breakout or will we retest the support? But it appears that investors decided that we have to test the support, and that's what's happening.
At this point, Gilbert, I have lost. What's the resistance point at this time? Do we have a new one? Are we trying to find one?
Okay, you know, there is so many things about this particular market which you could actually compare with that of 2016. If you look at the charts, they look almost the same. We are following the same pattern where after the bull run began, after a while, we had a correction to about 25 and then 30%. And that's what's really happening. And that of 2016 that you could compare with this is that we're headed into an election. And that is what is happening this time around. After Bitcoin had proven 16, 17K as bottom and then 24K as the beginning of the bull run, I think this is the zone where some investors and the major market makers always use this summer period to take some short-term profits before, you know, some upward continuation always occur afterwards. But then I think this upward continuation is going to be major when we look at the fact that US is already considering making Bitcoin part of their strategic reserve. When you also look at the ETF, you know, and also look at the more of mainstream adoption of cryptocurrency, I even think that even though we are following the pattern of 2016, which actually was a prolonged bull market, I think that we may have that same prolonged bull market this time around, but then I think the surge afterwards, once we have a break up top, will be even more intense than that of the 2016 bull market.
So at this rate, it does seem like the market has already priced in the rate cut that is expected, and so it may not make a lot of difference. And I guess the next thing is we'll start counting down to the election in November.
Yeah, I could agree that the market is pricing in that, but then I can still debate it. How much has it priced in, and then we are still range bound. I think more of what we've had is that you know, there was a zone during the range where manipulation used to come in, so we are no longer trying to test that particular zone again. But what I rather think is happening with the market pricing in a couple of thing is that there's more investors' confidence right now.
All right, so let's look at what's happening in Palestine. What's going on there? We see trending boycotts crypto, and that in Palestine that all of the crypto wallets have been seized. What's going on there?
Binance came under heavy fire, with the boycott Binance on X, and there was this accusation of freezing of assets belonging to Palestinians, the Palestinians, and then it was that it had the best interests of Israel. And the co-founder of Paxful, he came out majorly as well with this, and then we have seen the circular of Israel to Binance. That actually tells us that this organization was asked to be defunded or frozen because they were alleged that they were funding terrorism. But then addressing the boycott Binance, especially in the context that involve national security concern, I think it requires a more balanced approach. Acknowledge the concerns of the crypto community. Many people feel that freezing of assets, especially in the decentralized industry, goes against the ethos of crypto, which we value freedom, privacy, financial autonomy. But then freezing assets, it looks more of a breach of the fundamental principle, But there is a context of this, which is the concern of national security and then preventing terrorism financing. And then we need to understand that centralized exchanges have a role. Just like Binance, they are more of the intersection between the traditional finance and then the crypto world. And they are required to comply with international laws and regulation if they must continually to serve the global market. And this means that at times, it may be necessary for them to do things it will be necessary for them to do things that are not popular, with the cryptocurrency market, so that they could be in legal compliance and as well as long-term sustainability. Don't forget, last year they already fined a 4.3 billion for failing to comply with U.S. anti-money laundering and funding terrorism. So at this point, I think security is as important as decentralization. To me, it's a double-edged sword, and then a balance is essential for the future of the crypto space. I am more like at this point calling for a dialogue and then a transparency between crypto communities, exchanges, and regulators. We need to find a middle ground. The conversation should be on how we can uphold the value of decentralization, while we also ensure that crypto is not used for harmful activities. So to me, instead of boycott Binance, I think we should be pushing more for a constructive solution. We could be advocating for a decentralized dispute resolution mechanism or demand for transparency and governance from exchanges, more of a governance transparency. I think this way we could maintain the integrity of the crypto space while we still address some major and legitimate security concerns.
Do you think that perhaps, because Binance is getting bashed, I think they're the biggest exchange, so they get bashed from almost all countries now. Do you think perhaps they need to be more in talks with governments of different countries that could see them avoiding some of this bad publicity?
Okay, first of all, I've spent over half a decade in this industry, and there is one thing that I always see. The bigger an exchange starts getting, the more they start getting bad. And that was why you will see so many exchanges that was trying to blow up like Binance, they used to stop somewhere. And why Binance initially, they were moving their headquarters and trying to go to more favorable crypto countries or countries that are more favorable to cryptocurrencies. Binance is at the point where it's too big to hide. Where do they want to run to? They can't hide anywhere. They have become a major cornerstone of the industry in the world. And at this point, I think what is necessary is more for them to be more compliance with regulation at this point, because exchanges like this are more of the neobanks. They are more of the neobanks. They are more like a bridge, like I said, between traditional finance and then the cryptocurrency world. So compliance is very, very needed for them. I think this is the best thing they must do. But then the issue they have as they are trying to now be friendly with governance compliance is that they start doing things that to the cryptocurrency community feels like it's against the core fundamentals of our industry. But then this is where I think that there should be call for more logical conversation and, you know, an understanding and a balance between the cryptocurrency community, the governance and transparency in exchanges, and then also regulations. We just need a balance at this point, and Binance have always been a leader in the industry. I think they could lead that conversation at the same time, or talk with major KOLs at this point that will lead, you know, the crypto community to understand that, look, they are no longer the kind of exchange they used to be. They need to comply with international regulation, but yet there have to be a balance to this.
But how are the crypto community in Nigeria? How are you guys responding to this trend, this boycott Binance trend?
Well, the thing is, the Nigerian crypto community is a very big part of Binance International. But at this particular point, Yusuf, who is the co-founder of Paxful, considers himself a Nigerian. You know, he even has a Nigerian name. So this is more like a Nigerian who was actually pushing for, you know, Binance taking this initiative. So I think there is still kind of a Nigerian thing to it, but then I think that in our local community, you know, our local industry here, we have our personal concern, we have our major concerns, which why we still follow up with what is happening in the international space, which Nigeria is always part of. We also have to look more in our local industry. I heard that Quidax, you know, have received their visual license. That was after the Director General said that this month they were going to start, you know, releasing this license. And I think that's commendable. We also have our own personal challenge. We also have our industry to build while we still play with our global counterparts.
On the global space, obviously, Gilbert. Thank you so much for sharing your perspective with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so as usual, we end with the crypto in the crypto community and pick up again tomorrow. That's the much we can take on the program. I hope it has been worth your time. As usual, we promise to do better tomorrow. Hopefully, we'll do better than we have done today. So that's it on Business Incorporated. I'm John Mekwa. I'll see you for the stock market report. It's a red one today. I hope it changes before close of market, but do enjoy the rest of your day.